Hello everybody. Today you're going to learn about rickets. It is a disease of bone growth and it occurs at the growth plates of bones, and it can be due to malnutrition or defective mineralization of bones. And the same disease can occur in adults and other mammals. So you're going to meet Ricky. He's a dog and he has rickets, and you can see that his front legs are kind of curved and soft. It's hard for him to move around. But after Ricky gets some good nutritional treatments, you can see he's grown and his front legs are straight and he looks like a, happy, healthy dog. There's the growth plate and the epiphysis and the diaphysis. So it's right in between there is where that bone mineralization will occur. Individuals that don't have enough nutrition are at risk, as well as sunlight deficiencies, and higher melanin levels in the skin can cause more risk as well, because more sunlight is needed to absorb that vitamin D. Like if you have either of these things, it doesn't mean you're going to get rickets. It's just your risk is higher. We know that it's caused by a lack of calcium and vitamin D and proper feeding of babies. If you have a disease that causes nutrient malabsorption, for example, a parasite, it takes all your nutrition away from you, so you're not getting those vitamins that you need to grow bone. Poor sunlight exposure, we already know that. Vitamin D receptor mutations, if you're not able to absorb that vitamin D from a genetic mutation, that is a big reason. It can run in families, it's genetic, and it can be passed from mother to child. Bone pain is a big symptom. So anything with that algia at the end of it means pain, and osteo, we know, means bone. You're not going to want to move. You're tired all the time. You can have teeth problems, thickening of the wrists and ankles, skeletal deformities, like bowed legs and knocked knees, which we're going to look at later. You're not going to grow and develop, properly or typically, and your bones might be soft or more easily broken. This is a baby's with rickets. You can tell some of the signs are an odd-shaped skull, a pigeon chest, which means it kind of like either goes in or out because the ribs aren't formed correctly. You have wide elbow and wrist joints, knee joints, ankle joints, and this baby has bowed legs. This is the knock knee presentation of rickets, and this is the bowed legs, so the legs kind of go out, or they could be windswept. The fontanelles on the baby's skull won't close, and that's really important because you want that brain to be protected for the baby as it develops and grows, so it's slow to close, which could be bad. So if you have rickets, you're always going to be in pain. You might need surgeries, and I can't imagine needing an ankle replacement at 19 years old, or being able to run, or not being able to run or jump properly. That must be pretty awful. We know that vitamin D is critical for our calcium homeostasis. Adequate calcium and phosphate levels are required for bone mineralization and growth. This picture might look familiar. Rickets is treated with dietary supplementation and nutrition. Any underlying medical conditions that the individual might have need to be treated. Any diseases that might cause nutrient malabsorption. Surgery is a treatment of rickets to correct any broken bones or to correct any bones that need repair. Physical and occupational therapy can help as well. Help the patient move better, help them, adapt. It's easily preventable. All you really need is a balanced diet, enough vitamin D, and adequate sunlight, but there's certain populations where, these things aren't as easily accessible, and I think some of us, myself included, take, the access that we have to food for granted. So if you're wondering what some foods are that have good vitamin D levels. Broccoli, carrots, meat, fish, eggs, dairy products. These are all good vitamin D sources to keep in mind. So this is interesting. 5% of children had rickets in Roman Empire era Rome, but 10% suffered in Victoria era England. And England had higher rates because of the lack of sunlight. They think it was heavy smog, low sunlight exposure, especially in the cities. And it's dark and cold and rainy in England, and it's also cold. So you're going to stay indoors longer than you would in Rome, probably, because Rome probably has nicer weather. This century, rickets has declined. We have better fortified foods, more nutrition. Milk is fortified with vitamin D. But breaking news, rickets cases have been increasing in modern and industrial nations. And scientists think that it could be a combination of reasons. We have increased sun protection education. We know that skin cancer has been increasing. So there's been lots of sunscreen education and longer breastfeeding encouragement. So women are breastfeeding for longer, which is not a bad thing, but you might want to talk to your doctor about getting enough vitamin D or supplementing if you plan on breastfeeding for an extended amount of time. And then I know sunscreen, it takes a few minutes to absorb into your skin, but it also takes about 20 minutes to get a sunburn. So maybe just, putting on sunscreen a little bit after you're in the sun could help you absorb more vitamin D. So yeah, thank you for listening. I hope you learned something today.